There is nothing left to talk about.
Hey, GT Thomas here. Welcome back for this week's thought experiment, which is for track 2, Shut a Mouth, off of my album I Am a Highlighter Pen. The pair of lenses that I was given a whirl on track 2 was this. What if what I hear said is a reflection of me, not the other? Let's just imagine that until we put in conscious effort to do otherwise, the default starting point for us humans is that when another person is speaking, what we hear them saying is more likely a representation of something already on our own mind somewhere. Should it be a goal to tune into a message from outside yourself rather than just hearing your own same old messages in every conversation you engage in? Is that even possible? Is the trick to refrain from speaking? Is the trick to ask more questions? If hearing your own thoughts reflected back is the default for you as a human, then that's true for your interlocutor as well. So, how much of the responsibility is in your hands to get them to hear what you're trying to say and not whatever they were already thinking? What even is dialogue? Richard Johnson, the author of Inner Gold: Understanding Psychological Projection, says, "We barely understand how much of what we perceive in others and the outside world are actually parts of ourselves." All of us have negative qualities we neglect to take ownership of, where when we get annoyed with them and someone else, we're really just annoyed with the part of ourselves that other person is reflecting back at us. On the other side of the same coin, all of us have incredibly positive qualities that we've cut ourselves off from, where when we admire them in someone else, we're really just in awe of something we ourselves have inherent potential for. We are all mirrors to each other. Shines a whole new light on the words, "I'm here for you and you're here for me," doesn't it? In fact, it sounds like what Ram Dass had to say on the matter. I can do nothing for you but work on myself, and you can do nothing for me but work on yourself. So what about conversation? Dialogue? Are we stuck, unable to actually hear each other? Okay, how's about another quote? Richard Bach, the author of Jonathan Livingston Seagull, says, "Learning is finding out what you already know. Doing is demonstrating that you know it." I wonder if we could look at listening to others the same way that he talks about learning. It's a kind of finding out of what's already there. So perhaps hearing a reflection of yourself in whatever someone else is saying is neither to be judged as good nor bad. Perhaps it's not something you try to get away from. Perhaps conversations are about receiving what's already there as openly as possible so we can consciously integrate it into our doing. That's the demonstrating that you know it part from that Richard Bach quote. And so the more integrated we become within ourselves, the more we can begin to open wider to what more the other really has to share with us. Maybe this is how expansion can occur through dialogue. And by knowing that our words, no matter what you're intending to say, are quite likely also reminding others of what they know and providing them with the opportunity to integrate their knowledge into their own doing as well. Who knows? These are the kinds of thoughts that went into my song Shut a Mouth, and I hope that you look forward to next time when we're going to talk about the thought experiment behind track 3, Future Moving. So I'll see you then.
Things that are said and left unsaid spin